Hi, my name is Jeff, and today I'm going to share with you a topic about newcomers and how to increase their credit score. So if you're new to the country or if you know people that are coming in, it's very important to understand how valuable a good credit score is and the good credit history is for you. Because in this country, the cost of living is pretty high. So a lot of the times we may have to end up borrowing first and to be able to get the things that we need to get, such as your home, your cars, and credit cards. So not all debt are bad. If you use it responsibly, then you should be able to maneuver the challenges that can be known as pitfalls if you have credit. So one of the ways to increase your credit score, there's a website called Koho. So that's Koho, koho.ca, and they're willing to lend and set up a line of credit for people who are establishing the credit history. So all you have to do is make sure that you make your payments on time, and they will report to the credit bureaus every single month. So it's important to pay it on time and in full every single time. That way you'll have a history, a tracking. So later on when you're about to make major purchases like a mortgage or car loans, then you have a good score that they can rely on. So now another feature that Koho.ca offers is a subscription service where you're paying about $10 a month. And as long as you continually paying that subscription, they will report your progress to the credit bureau. So that's one option. A second one is to set up a cell phone plan, apply for one. And that is different from a prepaid plan. You need to set up a cell phone plan where it's ongoing, where they charge you every month, and make sure you pay that off as well, because that gets reported to the credit bureaus. And just to double check, when you do apply for a phone plan, ask them to make sure that they do. If not, look for a plan company that will do it for you. No point in paying it on time, all that stuff, if they're not going to report it. You get no credit for that. Another tip is to report your rent. So most newcomers that come to Canada, you're most likely renting a place. So talk to your landlord. Make sure that they report your rent payments on time. Now, not every landlord may agree to it, but there are websites that you can do and subscribe to with monthly fees, of course, but it doesn't hurt to subscribe to that because your monthly on-time payments for your rent will help add to your credit history. Okay. So another tip is apply for a newcomer specific credit cards. So some banks offer that where they know that you have no credit history, they'll still lend you a credit card that's specifically for your needs to build credit. If you have trouble looking for a newcomer's credit card, then you might want to apply for what's called a secured credit card. Secured credit card simply means you have to first put money up front, usually around $250 or up to $1,000, and they will hold that as a collateral. So whenever you use your credit card to make a purchase, they'll take it from that amount. And that way, you have money to pay for it, and they report your payment history to the credit bureaus from there as well. So that's another form of increasing your credit. Now, you don't want to just rely on one source of credit building program. Make sure you have multiple sources, and that will boost your score a lot higher. One thing I do notice too with a lot of newcomers as they live in Canada is that they co-sign some kind of major debt with a friend or a relative. In my opinion, while you're still building your credit score, I recommend not to co-sign anything. Okay, not unless it's in your favor, it's in your benefit as well. But if you're doing it as a favor for a friend or someone else, please don't do it. You're gonna fall into that trap, because if that co-signer, your friend or relative, doesn't make their payments on time, or they run away disappear, guess what? The debtor will be chasing after you. And then, what worse way to come to Canada, hoping to establish a future, and then to immediately get into the debt trap, owing a lot of money, and creditors chasing you. That's very discouraging and not very hopeful. So that's a little bit about some of the tips I want to share with you today. If you have any questions, feel free to email me below. Thank you for listening in. I'll talk to you next time.